All right, you guys, so we're talking tonight about dividing integers. Dividing integers. There are some examples there on the board, and I think that you're going to find dividing integers pretty simple, especially if you understand multiplying integers. So I'm going to do some examples, and again, I want you to try and figure out what the rules are and what the pattern is. So if we have the problem 36 divided by -6, the answer is going to be -6. If we have the problem 44 divided by -4, the answer is going to be -11. If we have the problem 50, or let's say -50, divided by 5, the answer is going to be -10. You catching a pattern there? Let's go with -36 divided by -9. That equals +4. Let's say -100 divided by -10. That equals +10. You guys seeing the rules? Is that making sense? Tracking with me? Well, let's look at the rules. Guess what? They're exactly the same as multiplying. If you know the rules for multiplying, you know the rules for division. The rules for division are if the signs are the same, the answer will always be positive. If the signs are different, the answer will be negative. So we look back at these problems, and the first thing I want you to do when you're figuring this out, look at a problem, figure out if it's 2 positives, 2 negatives, or one of each, and then I want you to write the sign of the answer. So, for example, let's say that this -6 wasn't here. You'd look at 36 divided by -6. It's got 1 negative, so my answer is going to be negative. 44 divided by -4. It's got 1 negative, so my answer is going to be negative. -50 divided by 5. It's got 1 negative, so my answer is going to be negative. -36 divided by -9, it's got 2 negatives. They both have the same sign, so my answer is going to be positive. Same thing with the last one, -100 divided by -10. They have the same sign, answer is going to be positive. Has the same exact rules as multiplication. One more time, if the signs are the same, the answer will always be positive. If the signs are different, the answer will always be negative. So I want you to try some problems. You're going to pause the recording and solve these problems. The first thing I want you to do is look at the problem and figure out if it's positive or negative, and then go ahead and solve. If you need to go off to the side, do some work, because you might not be able to solve all of these in your head. Okay, pause the recording and solve these problems. All right, so you should have, for the first one, or going down and talking about whether or not it's positive or negative. First one has 1 negative, 1 of each, so my answer is going to be negative. Second one has 2 negatives, so my answer is going to be positive. Third has 1 negative, so my answer is going to be negative. Fourth has 1 negative, answer is going to be negative. Fifth has 2 negatives, so my answer is going to be positive. And the sixth has 1 negative, so my answer is going to be negative. Okay, then you just divide. 16 divided by 2 is 8. 33 divided by 11 is 3. 20 divided by 10 is 2. 75 divided by 5 is 15. -120 divided by -2 is going to give me the positive 60. And then 48 divided by -4 is going to give me a -12. Okay, so again, I look, is it 2 negatives or is it a negative and a positive? Do they have the same sign or do they have different signs? If they're the same sign, the answer is going to be positive. Different signs, the answer is going to be negative. Okay, hopefully that helped. Hopefully you guys will do well on the test. If you understood multiplying integers, you're going to do just fine on dividing integers. It's the exact same rules. Makes it really simple. All right, see you guys then.